even just go forward with the clock, man, because I mean at this point sod it, right? So she then comes back out again and we get Tahm Kench back. It is genius synergy. That's genius at work. Hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Channel, again with another deck for you today. This one was actually a fun accident that we discovered on stream. So it is a Tahm Kench deck with Shurima. Let's get into this. Yes, this is the Sand-Wich deck. It actually was a really weird, basically if you go back to the stream, I think it was on Tuesday, literally it was a really weird thing. I decided to build this deck. Basically, I had the idea. What I wanted to do, the initial plan, by the way, was that I wanted to get Tahm Kench and using it with Shurima. The idea was going to be Hourglass going into using the spell, which makes more Tahm Kenches. So the idea was going to be use the spell, which can copy the landmark and what it does. Like it's a 4-cost one. I know it's in there somewhere. I can't remember what the hell that it's called, but it's in there. The point is, that was what the aim of the deck was. My mind just can't seem to just focus in and see it right now. There it is. Promising future. The idea was to get Tahm Kench on the board, get him Hourglass, use this, but while using this, you also have the ability to play another Tahm Kench to get free. Basically, the idea was multiple Tahm Kenches on the board. This came from the fact that it's been so fun in the past using Tahm Kench with Shadow Isles, and sometimes you can get the fact that you get multiple Tahm Kenches on the board at the same time. It's a lot of fun to actually do that. So that was actually the initial concept, was doing that for what was going to be a really funny moment. But obviously, it ended up diverting into really good synergies within this region that works. So we actually ended up removing that card because it was a little bit too slow. It definitely can be put back in again. It's just that I just decided that I like this deck a lot more the way that this is. So the idea of this deck, which is really stupid but yet genius at the same time, is that Tahm Kench, because we are running mostly Shurima cards, when I was building this deck, I was just like, I'll throw in the Ambassador because the Ambassador makes sense. I mean, I'm hitting mostly a Legion. It will draw Tahm Kench and give him additional stats, because obviously the more stats I can give him, the better. That's the reason why Xenotype Researchers is in here, because this deck doesn't actually run too many heals for him other than Devoted Council, which basically does heal him once he levels, as well as your Nexus. It just seemed like the better plan here was going to be buff him up like this. But what comes out of that is really good synergy, right? The idea of using Bayou Brunch on top of a Golden Ambassador or Xenotype Researcher, and then once he levels up, when you attack forward, he re-summons them because they come back out of them. So then this would then come back out and grab another Tahm Kench, giving you another Bayou Brunch, or if you get a Xenotype Researcher, buffing more things. The synergy was stupidly insane, and you will see, because the decks were streamed, as I said, it was on stream that I discovered this idea. It's a lot of fun, and I'm not saying this is the perfect deck for it. I do still feel like this deck needs editing, potentially actually removing a Spirit Fire or two, and trying to maybe a bit more draw or something. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's more things that need to be changed around this deck, but I do, honest to God, love it. The synergy that works off of there with Devoted Council, then healing him up and your Nexus, it was just so much fun to play. You got things such as Exhaust or Quicksand to help get down stats so that Tahm Kench can eat things that you don't think he should be able to. Right of Negate to stop spells. And as an Hourglass to protect him, but Hourglass, you can Hourglass him and then play another one from your hand and still have 2 Tahm Kenches on the field of play. So honestly, this deck is a lot of fun to play, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I did building it. It was just so much fun. It was an accident. It was a happy accident. So I'm not going to say this is the best version of this deck. I do still think it needs tinkering and moving around, but it is definitely a lot of fun. And the concept, it's mainly getting the concept out there, is more the thing. And you know that I do sometimes love a Tahm Kench deck. I have built many decks with Tahm Kench in the past, so you know that Gomez likes this. So it's a lot of fun. Please let me know how it goes for you. If you try this deck out, down in the comment section down below. If you make any changes to this deck, please let me know what you would change about this deck. As well as the fact that, obviously, as I said, all the games you're going to see were streamed. So if you want to come catch the action live, please feel free. So shameless plug, time Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to come catch the action live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, please come and feel free to say hello, drop by and say hello. There's also a Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord. Get in there, talk all things deck and whatnot. It's all always good fun to hear back from you guys, as well as the fact there is a games night and a movie night that is in that Discord. So if you want to get involved in those things, please feel free to. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who has followed and subscribed throughout all this time. To see the amount of support I said that I continue to get from you guys. Honestly, thank you so much. I have got an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers / subscribers on Twitch and YouTube, and I feel like we should be able to hit that. Like, we can get there. We can do this together, people. Let's believe. But thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed these games that happened. So let's see how this deck did in a couple of matches. Of course it'd be Lee. Admittedly, potential problems. They've got denies. They've got potential notifiers. I've at least got a way of getting Tahm Kench. Spirit Fire might be... I'm actually going to... I'm going to keep the Xenotype Researcher. Okay, we wait. Because next turn, we're going to throw out Xenotype Researcher. We're going to throw out Xenotype Researcher. Obviously, Lee coming at me with Payday, really fast level up conditions. So, I'm just going to go with the hope right now that we can find what we need. So, doing this. So, there's no point in me playing. Actually, I guess I can play it because I can destroy the Xenotype Researcher. So, I can use that to destroy the Xenotype Researcher to play Tahm Kench. Like, I can do that. That is a move that I can do. I'm going to immediately go forward first, because it's whether or not... Yeah, I was going to say, I might as well see whether or not we trade. If not, it doesn't matter, because the plan's going to be... I mean, obviously, they could have deny, but I'm willing to take the risks to see whether or not... Yep, so deny or notify, yeah, that's fine. You know what? I'll take it. We haven't actually put any rights of negation in this deck. Potentially. No fortune, stupid! That's at least a way of drawing him. We've got another way of drawing him. We've got this draw spell, and just to stay mana efficient, I might as well use it. So, it's okay. It's okay. They've not used, like, they've used only one spell. Okay. There's the hourglass. So, you know, we need... So, there he is. There's the big boy. There's the big boy himself. Xenotype Researcher. I mean, oh my god, this is gonna work, right? This is gonna work. Okay, so center the spirit. That's fine. I am willing to take that. But that's a big sandwich right there. Gotta play him. Because it is too good not to play him. I want to hourglass into Promised Fortune, but we can't do that right now. We can wait. Basically, like, you know, we can wait. This is perfectly fine. Could double exhaust and remove Lee from the field of play, or try to, like, remove Lee from the field of play, just because Lee is, like, their main win condition right now. So we're gonna go trying to do this. Seems smooth. I want to keep these guys back because I want to keep the Bayou Brunch options open. But I'm going to go like that. Kill. Hopefully. He's halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We need to do it. We need to at least go for an attempt of his life, right? They're doing that just to increase some damage in. I mean, as well as the fact that does actually get into the shield point. Was that actually the other Lee as well? Actually, we did see something go back. I think it was the other Lee, right? It's okay. Because we do have Hourglass. So, Rite of Culling. So they want those fast speed spells. Okay, we've got two Hourglasses. This is fine. I feel like I need Rite of Negation, right? I need Rite of Negation. But this is fine. We play the weight game right now. This establishment fair. So we actually got a way of getting, like, another Tahm Kench as well. This is perfectly fine. This deck is working out exactly as I intended it to at the moment. I mean, obviously, we've not got to see it really go off for its big, like, full-on thing. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. So they're going for it. Gotta go with the Hourglass. Gotta go with the Hourglass. If they throw the deny, we've got another Hourglass. That's the Hourglass, meaning that we can now use Fortune Promised, and then we can go boom on top of this potentially. Obviously, it depends on whether or not they were saving the deny. Hopefully not. You'd expect them to deny so that they could go for the kick, right? We go for. I mean, come on! Why can't you let the glorious things happen, buddy boo? Why can't you let the glorious things happen? might as well at this point go for... I mean, I guess I could. But that is even the second Tahm Kench is still big enough. Big man Tahm Kench, we haven't got the ability to eat right now. Potentially hourglass this one to get this other Tahm Kench out. Yeah, so we could do that to get... So we've got two Tahm Kenches on the field of play. Because actually, I kind of feel like we need to keep... I kind of feel like I need to keep hourglass back for potential banterings. The ability of draw... The ability of draw is still quite nice right now, so I'll take it. Gonna leave this as it is. We have forced 2 denies out of them. I'm willing to accept the charges. Obviously, they could have rights of negation themselves, but it's okay. Okay, so that's another Lee. So that's them shuffling the Lee back into the deck. Getting the +2. Yeah! So we've got another Tahm Kench. Okay. We go with that. I mean, why wouldn't you have denied? If you had to deny, why wouldn't you have denied? It's because the kick would have obviously finished. I'm just surprised in that first one they just didn't deny the thing. So we can still get 2 Tahm Kenches on this field of play. Obviously, they've got this. We could go... I mean, sadly, it's a shame that these don't transfer over. That is physically connected to the Tahm Kench. Like, so we can't use it because it's physically connected to the Tahm Kench in the thing. So it's very upsetting, that pact. But what we're going to do... At this point in time, we might as well do what we can do and try to get this Tahm Kench up. Try to get this Tahm Kench up so that when the next Tahm Kench comes out... Okay. This is what we do. This is who we are now. So this is who we are now. We're doing this plan. We're doing this plan. 2 Tahm Kenches and just hoping that we're gonna see glory. Do it for glory! So it's okay. We need right in negation, I feel, in this deck, but I want to eat Lee. We've seen 2 denies already. Go for the hope. I mean, right of negation as well. Oh, there's the out. We should have. I mean, obviously, I guess they would have done this either way, right? They would have done this either way, whether or not we would have gone for trying to eat there or trying to eat there. Much times that we need to hope that we can get what we need. Because obviously, this is the big boy. If he gets kicked into the core, we're in danger. We should have maybe done the draw move first before. We should have like forced out some of their mana before going this. So they've got that, meaning when Lee comes back, they've got a really powerful move coming in. There's the exhaust. But not that it really matters right now. I guess we still go forward. Expect them to they're going to immediately burst speed attack with Lee. I need to hope that I top deck the thingamajiggy. I need to hope that I top deck the why can't I think of damn names right now? The other hourglass, because technically that is what I need. So come to me, heart of the cards. Heart of the cards, come on. Oh, that's not what I need. It's not what I need right now. So potentially, yeah, no, this could be GG with potential overwhelm and plus stats. Potentially, this is the end.
Conflict is all
it's all in the mind. Such a shame. When like there was the chance of glory, and it's all been kicked away from us. So expect to see. Yep, there we go, and there's the kick.
Center your spirit.
Oh, he decides not to remove glory 100%. He decides to give us a bit of hope.
Prepare yourself.
Ah, coward. Okay, so we do that. So we accept it. We accept the charges.
So what's in store for
we at least get the other Tahm Kench. They have used a lot of hourglasses. We actually got 2. But how did we get 2 out of that? I don't understand. How did that work out? Like, I know that we ate you, so obviously you... Oh yeah, because you summoned and then... Wait, what? I'm lost now. Oh, that's like... We'll go with trying to eat Lee again. Actually, Lee's got spell shield right now, so we can't eat him at the moment. But... Or do we at least proc that, knowing that we can eat him in the future? You know what? So I'm going to proc it. I'm going to proc it because we know for a fact that our opponent has already used a number of denies already. Because that's a granted spell shield. That was a granted spell shield, so we had to basically do that for a chance of getting that again. And so now Bayou Brunch to eat this again. I mean, actually, what you get? Do we? Yeah, I feel like we eat this again. Not that it matters because we've already used all of our Tahm Kenches right now. So I'll take you. We can also go with eatings again. Go with eatings again. So we're shuffling another Tahm Kench, and that's actually going to be shuffling another Tahm Kench into the deck as well. We do it. We do it because it makes sense. Potentially even throwing this out. Actually, no, we're going to leave that back at the moment. We're going to leave this back. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get the allegiance effect and recall. So, I mean, so we can just level. We're play around. We're play around. It feels like my opponent knows what's coming. My opponent, I mean, obviously they know what's coming. See whether or not we see Riot of Negation come out right now. Gotta do it. I mean, I know for a fact they've got another Lee in hand because they use the ability to get another Lee in hand, but it's okay. We wanted to have multiple Tahm Kenches on the field of play, so draw and recall. It's okay. It's okay. So we live in hallowed times. That's Lee been eaten. Okay, we could have actually done this first so that we would have like summoned that Tahm Kench with additional stats. So we should have done this first and then like, cause then that level up would have happened and we would have just like, so that would have been the smarter plan. Knowing the fact that they've got the Lee kick is quite devastating. I might need to go for predict and see whether or not we can find that hourglass or we can find
only
there's Lee.
The dragon's fuel.
So I'm gonna go with this. See whether or not. So we've got another Tahm Kench. I guess we do this because at least it's only going to be kicking him back to the core and it's going to be doing some damage in. So I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to accept that. Spirit Fire, big move from my opponent. Big move from my opponent. What I can do is I can go back to getting you. So we're getting those stats, but not only are we getting those stats, but if we attack forward, we resummon this into the field of play. We'll do that. Resummon that onto the field of play. I guess this is dead anyway, so we might as well attack forward with it. But there we go. Haha! Gee, synergy. So yeah, it works. Obviously, we know for a fact that Lee's going to be kicking to the core. We live in hallowed times. Might as well throw you on top of this.
Our city shines once more.
So, going for that because at the start of round, healing the scene. Oh my god, this deck is genius. I mean, obviously our opponent has got like significant damage coming at me, but this deck is genius. We know that we've forced their denies out.
Looks like I'm ready.
So, yet again, maybe actually the plan is go for the immediate eat. We know that our opponent has already used 2 denies. Like, we know that our opponent's already used 2 denies. My god, they're going for actually trying to kill him. Do have the ability to use Spirit Fire. Just to get it past it, just maybe. Okay. There's the deny. So that is the final deny as well, by the way. That is the final deny. And boom, we do that. Sadly, it does mean it has... it does mean that we can't just play this immediately, but it's okay. My opponent has got not as many resources as they would hope. We can still do this move. Because the synergy, which actually is working here, is legit. This was not even what I thought of when building this deck, but the synergy that works here is actually legitimate. Of doing that and then That puts more copies in the deck, and then she summons, like, when she gets released, she then summons that copy back out again. We could even just go forward with the clock, man, because, I mean, at this point, sod it, right? So, she then comes back out again, and we get Tahm Kench back. It is genius synergy! That's genius at work! So, obviously, Lee is problematic, but he is a true Aphelios. Welcome. He is on a clock. He's used his denies, and we can get there. It's okay, people. Thank you so much to all the followers. A true Aphelios, welcome. But shit, KO, you did an amazing job. You did an amazing job, but sadly, that was, I mean, oh my god, we're against all three Egyptian gods. When Gomez is against all three Egyptian gods, and all you've got is a simple catfish, man. We're actually I'm gonna keep my hand. I end up regretting my decisions to keep my hand, but I'm gonna keep my hand. So, I've got draw. I've got a Xenotype Researcher. I've got a Bayou Brunch. My opponent is just doing that turn 1. So, we're against all three Egyptian gods. But it's okay. I can convince myself this is going to be okay. Potentially we can put that guy in the deck, but... So potentially I could put this guy in the deck to help with prediction mechanics. Oh, there we go. So that's potential draw. Potential draw by Tahm Kench is fine. So, Xenotype Researcher into potentially... So, actually, loads of Golden Ambassadors, sorry. Loads of Golden Ambassadors, which are going to be doing a lot of work for me, potentially. We go with the potential, like, you know, all the buffs on Tahm Kench, right? So, additional draw. This is okay. Got to Bayou Brunch. There is a big-ass crocodile. But we've got a big-ass catfish! Okay. Big-ass crocodile. He does not... What? That's a surprise. I was, honest to God, expecting an attack. We can pass the turn. I'd rather go into the next turn with full-on Spellman. We've not got a way of protecting Tahm Kench at this moment in time. I can't think of damn names right now. We don't have like a way of protecting him with... exactly, with the tongue action. So, Hourglass, oh there it is, comes when needed. I was thinking Hourglass, heart of the cards. So, we can eat the crocodile. See you later, alligator. Ciao for now, crocodile, or whatever the hell that song is. So long, farewell, goodbye. That's the aim. The aim is to say see you later, crocodile, or alligator. See you later, alligator, but depends on what my opponent plays right now. They might just not do anything and pass the turn. Because literally, we could eat their crocodile and then they play another crocodile like that. That could be an option our opponent could go for. Okay, they're going with predict. They could still play another crocodile, by the way.
Rely on you to keep us safe.
Gonna go with eating my own unit at the moment. That is gonna be my plan. Striking bargains! And then potentially it's just like, when you're waiting, hey, they do nothing. I feel like they might have another crocodile, right? If they've got another crocodile, we do have quicksand, but also we do have hourglass. So if they throw their crocodile out, they get out of right of negation. Okay, that's big. It's not big enough, but it's big. So still comes on in. Come on in. We wait. If they're gonna, we leave it. Okay. If you're willing to leave that, we just leave it. So where there's a will, there's a meal. Feel like I've got to go for the eat. We do have a quick stand as well as an hourglass. So yet again, if worst comes to the worst, oh my God, that's one Egyptian god eaten by the catfish, and that's one Egyptian god down. Many more to go.
All of this is
So,
ours.
I mean, okay. What we can do right now is we can hourglass to get another Tahm Kench on the field of play. He's such a little doggo. So what we're gonna do right now is what the plan was initially, which is we now hourglass to summon Tahm Kench to the field, and now we've got 2 Tahm Kenches, and now it's just yum, 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 yum. Oh, and so it begins. And so it begins. Our opponent Shenomoting, knowing what's coming, knowing it's all over. 2 Tahm Kenches, and it's like, what do you do? We eat another Egyptian god right now. So we've eaten one, we eat another, and that is our opponent. Not seeing where this is going, knowing that the Egyptian gods are not safe. I'm going to get rid of Rite of Calling, and I'm going to get rid of Fortune Croaker. I'm actually going to keep my ability to draw in my Tahm Kench at this moment in time. We are against Moon Man and the ability of using landmarks. So it's okay. It's okay. We shall let the synergies hopefully run. There's also Hourglass, which is such a good move. Okay. On the plus side, we're going to be playing Xenotype Researcher. So what this does is this basically means that whoever we play next gets made vulnerable. And vulnerable just means that your opponent can decide where things go. I'm going to play that onto the field of play right now. She gets vulnerable, but I'm willing to accept the charges. So I've got the ability of... Like, if I wanted to save her life, technically I could save her life. Expect to see potentially this going into Moon Man. So they could play this going into Moon Man. And there's Moon Man. It's okay. So what I can do right now is I can exhaust, meaning that I can now, you make my stuff vulnerable, I make your stuff vulnerable. That's how... What? Really? I was going to say, like, literally, you make my stuff vulnerable, I'll make your stuff vulnerable. My opponent just decides... I'm losing my Moon Man. I can't deal with this. I'm out. Gonna keep Assessor. We are against the deck which runs a lot of stuns. Therefore, I'm gonna get rid of one of these. I'm gonna get rid of one of them. I'm gonna actually keep, because I want to keep this kind of synergy. I want to keep Rite of Negate because there's a lot of stuns going on. I got rid of you. Okay. We can throw down, we can throw down at least a little bit of draw. Bearing in mind that we are running 9 Bilgewater cards, so sometimes we might not hit Allegiance. It's very much stacked in our favor that hopefully we will hit Allegiance, but it's not guaranteed Allegiance. Xenotype Researcher into you in the hopes that we get a very buff Tahm Kench boy out right now. That's the plan. You love it when you see it happen. When you just top deck and get all those things perfectly, like, that's what it's all about. Like, if you can get them, move with purpose, we then go Golden Assessor, hope that we hit the Allegiance, and then Tahm Kench into... Okay, right, so there's a big boy Tahm Kench there. Do we just play this big boy Tahm Kench? We're gonna play this one. I'm willing to start this off. As much of me wanted to play this, I feel like actually we start this off right now. We could... Okay, so they go with the stun. Stun mechanic. Makes all the sense. We can actually use this to remove... I'm assuming that we could remove one of these from the field of play, because I'm expecting to see recall in this deck so that they can get those stuns back. I'm assuming that's what we see. So I could actually remove one of these from the field of play right now. I might end up regretting it. A true Aphelios, welcome! I'm actually gonna leave it. We've now got the Hourglass, which is actually a really good move. Throw down you to remove one of these. So, potentially, we could go for the Eat, but then we know... I mean, I guess it's gonna be going into our... It then goes into our attack turn, so then we can go for... If they play Yasuo... If they play Yasuo, we could potentially eat him, so... It's okay. Yasuo is still... Look, there he is. And I go where the wind takes me. We've got the ability to Hourglass, which is very important. So, what we're initially going to do... So, expect to see Notify. But what we're going to do first is... do that. We're then going to go for eating him. We do have 2 rights of negation. So, if they do go for a deny, we can deny the deny. Notify or deny, I expect to see... Ooh, no, recall! I mean, it's not the one I was expecting, but we can still use this spell here. Potentially, we then see deny. but we're going for trying to eat our boy Yasuo right now. Going to eat our boy. We've got, there it is! There it is! And that's one Yasuo been eaten right now. We've still got Hourglass. As long as I keep the mana for Hourglass, I'm honest to God happy. We could actually go with draw. We could actually go with attacking forward as well. We could actually go with attacking forward, just meaning that we are seeing whether or not we force more out of our opponent. Like, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to see whether or not they're willing to lose the elusive or not. They're obviously not willing to.
They cannot hide.
They cannot hide. We take it. I feel like... So we're going to get the level up. Like, potentially we're going to get the level up. Obviously, we don't know what our opponent could play. So, they're allowing us to have the level up so that they can play Yasuo. Yasuo still is a long way away from his level up. This is getting fun. That is one Yasuo down. One Yasuo down. We can play you just because the synergy.
Think it fast.
The synergy becomes so funny. So... Oh my god, such a big boy Kench! We wait. For what we are about to see. For what we are about to see, may we be truly grateful. I'm going to use this Bayou Brunch first. I feel like my opponent doesn't 100% know what the hell's happening, which, to be fair, is understandable. This is very stupid of me, and I definitely should not be doing this. Potential denies and notifiers, as I said, like, you know, can be things. Or potential recall. They've already proven that they've got recall. So, they don't recall because they want to go down this road of finding out what's happening. But we now throw this other Tahm Kench out, and that leaves us with two Tahm Kenches on the field of play. Big boy Tahm Kenches. And that now means that number one, we could go forward. Number one, we could go forward because it would be a stupid amount of damage. As well as the fact that obviously we do have things such as quicksand and we've got abilities, so that's fine. I don't mind taking that damage because, like, now what we do is we have two Tahm Kenches on the field of play. Two Tahm Kenches on the field of play, and we still have the eats. We could eat her again. If Yasuo ends up on this field of play, he's going to have two Tahm Kenches who are both going to be trying to eat him. So,
I have come for the unforgiven.
Going for the stuns, it makes all the sense. I'm not going to... If Yasuo was on the board, I'd honest to God consider it. But Yasuo is not on the field of play right now, so willing to accept. Obviously, that is the level up for Yasuo. That is the level up for Yasuo. That's very important to remember. So... we go with eating. We go with eating here. We could also throw out devoted cancel. So we've seen a deny. That is now us seeing a deny. I could have technically stopped this damage from I could have done maneuvers to stop this. I could even still quicksand to stop this. This might end up me you know when like Gomez does things that are too Billy Big Bollocks. Might be Gomez being too Billy Big Bollocks right now, but I'm going to do this because I know I can play this and this is going to start healing. This is going to start healing my core. As well as the fact that now we can do this to then get your health up. Get your health up a bit more. So, willing to do that. This is very silly and stupid, and definitely it's not the way that Gomez should be playing this, but we at least know that we're going to be healing up our Tahm Kenches a little bit, as well as the fact that they're both going to have their acquired taste. So, quite big right now. Okay, we can go for the eats over here, and then we can potentially, like, if Yasuo hits the field of play, go for the eats on top of him. So, I'm willing to accept the eats, knowing that I've got another ability to be able to eat. See, I feel like my opponent wants to be careful. They don't really. Our options here are immediately go forward, because at this moment in time, we are presenting a lot of damage. We could go for an eat, but I'd rather just immediately go forward. Because what we're doing here is eating you, getting back our you, which means that, boom, Tahm Kench comes back. And we do have quicksand. So if they... Okay, so they want to be getting it down because they then want to be... Like, their plan is get this down. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So what we want to be doing is we accept... They are really... They even want to make sure that out of quicksand... Or like, you know... Oh, no, they would have tried to make sure that he was going to live. Okay. They was thinking they were going to do additional stats to try and, like, you know, make sure that he was magnificently hurt. But, okay. We could actually make Tahm Kench eat the other Tahm Kench. But we don't want to do it yet because we want to leave the 2 mana be able to eat their... We want to be leaving the mana to be able to... like, stop them from playing Yasuo. That's what we want to be doing. We want to be just leaving the 2 mana because you can still eat. So they're not going to be playing Yasuo. So we can still go with an eat on top of you right now. Does take us down to 4. Does then mean that any stuns that come out after this fact do become problematic. Potentially eating Yoni makes more sense, right, before his stats go back up again. So, I'll do that. I'll do that move, because I just feel like that is a little bit maybe too problematic. We're going to be healing. Like, they're going to be healing from this. So, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine, everyone. The heals happen. The Tahm Kenches are going. The synergy. Synergy's going on. We've got our Xenotype Researcher. Xenotype Researcher. So, oh, of course, there it is. We do have Riot of Negation just to stop this move. But honestly, really good move from the opponent. Really good move. But we have Riot of Negation. We can stop this. And that thereby means that we get to still keep our options open. So, because we could go with whoever's connected to this one. They could have another... We know that we've already seen them use 1 Twin Discipline. So we know that they're running Twin Discipline. So you into you, because actually you've got a unit. You've got a unit inside you. So we want to do that. Get him up. So Tahm Kench eating Tahm Kench right now. For what we're gonna say is the greater good. Tahm Kench eats Tahm Kench. Right now, for the greater good, it means that we potentially have got a good chance of eating the Swiftfoot. And immediately, if we attack forward, that should be some really nice eatings. So,
focus earthward, aim skyward.
They've got to do it, right? They've got to do this. So, what we can do here is we can absorb that and do that because it's the only way. It is the only way that we live. It's okay. I can believe in this move. I can believe in this move. But honestly, we know that they've got more Swiftfoots coming, right? We know for a fact they've already played Swiftfoot, so we know that more Swiftfoots are coming. That is additional damage, but he still lives. He still lives. We've got to immediately go forward because there is... We've got to immediately go forward because there's a lot of things inside him. If I had the ability to heal you up, I would. But sadly, I do not have the ability to heal you up right now to be able to eat this as well. So we're just going to throw out the Xenotype Researcher. Throw out the Xenotype Researcher. We could even, at this point, throw out the Fortune Croaker. No! I was going to say, throw out the Fortune Croaker, and that basically means that we get draw. We've got a lot of things on the board. We attack forward. We get another Tahm Kench on the board. And yeah, just the ability is like really good because that was going to be healing him up, which means that we would have been trading. They were never going to get Yasuo back on the board again. But honestly, GG to my opponent. And this is such a funny deck. So yes, that is the Sand-Wich deck. It's a lot of fun, right? I mean, it's definitely a meme. Shadow of that, this is definitely memed here. But the surprising amount of synergy that's in there with Tahm Kench eating either the Golden Ambassador or the Xenotype Researcher, it is stupidly insane and a lot of fun. So please let me know how this goes for you. If you run this deck, let me know. As well as if you make any changes, let me know down below. As well as the fact that all the links down below, if you want to catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, please feel free to. As well as the fact there's a Discord link down below where there is a movie night and a games night in there. But honestly, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you just honestly everyone who gives me any moment of your time. Just thank you. I hope that you have a great day, Until next time, bye!
Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.